Hello and welcome back to another playday of Talent League Titan Series Season 4. We've got a couple of good matchups lined up for us today. First off, Team 86 versus Vega, but as always, I'm not here alone. I'm joined by my wonderful analysts here, Arya and Noctish. So let's get them on the screen. Hello, hello, hello. So how are we first off before we get into sort of the details of this matchup?
Very excited. We've got an amazing matchup here ahead of us today. Team 86, an amazing team, and Team Vega are definitely going to give them a bit of a struggle here.
Hello there, beautiful people. Yeah, absolutely, Aria. Good point. It is going to be an interesting game.
I think I can unmute him. Give me a second.
It seems to have a technical issue. Do you people hear me?
We're okay. Are we good?
Okay,
are we good?
perfect.
Production?
Are we good on stream? Can we hear Tish?
Okay, I think we're having some slight technical issues, some minor issues, but we're just gonna get this sorted out real quick because again, we need to just get through this whole desk. So I believe, do we have confirmation if issues are fixed? Production. Okay. Okay. Well, we will just slightly rearrange sort of the order of events. This desk. So Aria, do we have Tish back? Have we got Tish?
You guys hear me? Hopefully.
Okay,
perfect.
Stream.
Sorry for the tech issue. it just happens from time to time. So yeah, absolutely, like Arya said, we are going to have absolutely banger game ahead of us. Team 86 versus Team Vega. Of course, in my opinion, Team 86 can be a little bit favored, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, and well, you can't necessarily have a match without a pitch. So, Tish, just walk us through this ban phase. Where are we going to be seeing these two teams meet?
Thank you for mentioning the ban. So, we're going to play Villa. Finally, not a Borrigan, not an old clubhouse, and a Villa game is ahead of us. I'll just run through the ban phase. Team 86 has banned Cafe, Oregon, Sky, and Theme. On the other hand, Vega has banned Bank, Border, Chalet, Clubhouse. But something that is interesting to me is bringing Team 86 to Villa, which is their strong point. Arya, what do you think was maybe a possible logic behind it?
Bringing Team 86 to the rest map is probably, if on just plain paper, is not the best choice. We can all kind of agree on that one. But you're not going to bring a team to their best map unless you don't have something up your sleeve. You have to have something kind of very well prepared here to take a team like 86 to Villa. You have to have something very well prepared, which I think Vega of all teams are definitely going to have something here for us.
Yeah, and well, Aria, you were actually speaking to some of these teams, and overall, this Vega and this Team 86 squad seemed quite confident. So, what were the main sort of things you learned specifically around Team 86 during these sort of late night interviews you had with them?
Yeah, so with Team 86, they seem extremely confident. They don't seem like they want to lose at all. They don't have any, they're full of confidence. And, they've told me that they've been doing T1 scrims. They're used to playing against these high-level teams. So, taking on Vega today, on paper, they shouldn't struggle that much. But then again, Vega also kind of pointed out some issues that they've been having with creativity. So that's what they feel is their main kind of point that holds them back is the creativity side of things. Noctish, in creativity in games, how would you feel that would kind of impact the team's kind of plays?
It is an important point. When it comes to the creativity, it means that teams should not be able to predict you, which is an important factor when you face other teams. You need to be completely unpredictable in your gameplay, something that we have seen in EU T1, as if people actually remember Tempra. The French org, which played a Maru-style game into the T1. So I think it can play a major role in each games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a couple of G2 fans have nightmares of that Amaru play on Oregon, but I mean, we might see something of that level of creativity, but these do seem like two very confident rosters. So I guess we'll have to see if the confidence really holds up going into this match. I mean, anything else to add before we throw it off to our casters?
I think we've covered everything absolutely perfect, Joe, and I think
Okay,
let's
well,
throw it to our beautiful casters.
okay, casters, I'm going to put you on the spot here. If we can just get you on the stream, predictions. Who have you got winning it?
I mean, personally, for me, I think Team 86 obviously starting on the defensive side first. I mean, a couple strong names in there. Freck, he's definitely got the mechanical ability to win a lot of rounds. But again, you can't count on Vega. They've had more time as a roster together. And like I already said, they do have that experience. But I mean, especially, what are you thinking?
I mean, absolutely. 86 is definitely going to be a favourite for this game since they have probably got more of a name. You know, they dominate into some nationals. They are such a strong organisation, very strong team. But if I am aware, they have had some roster changes recently, whereas Vega have been very thorough in their practices. As was mentioned in the analyst desk, they've been doing many scrims against T1 teams, and they're very, very confident going into this game. And as much as I think 86 definitely have the upper hand here, I do believe that Vega could have a very strong game ahead of them.
Yeah, well, that about covers it. So Team 86 Vega, casters, take it away.
Thank you very much, Poop. And obviously, Team 86 starting on that defensive side and Vega on the attack. But just like you said there, I mean, Vega, they've been together for God knows how long. I mean, you got familiar faces. Pozo's going to be in there as well. You know, we love to see him running on that flex and support role. And obviously, YMK, we see him on the roster once more. But again, we will see as Team 86 on the defense, Vega Esports on the attack. Villa, what a lovely map this is. I mean, we've had Yeah, I mean, 4v3, I mean, this is where the advantage is going to fall into the hands of Team 86. Obviously, Freck's still lurch P, but he's still alive and he's got 1.5 on him to use. Vega just trying to double check that all these Romans are going to be off the board so they can just focus on this execute. They down in the way. These observation blockers are hurting so much. I mean, Docby could get caught off guard. That will be Nob, but pre-fire coming up from Persia. Just make sure these ends cleared. Actually, very bottom red. I don't think they actually know this because I did see a drone go from there. Bottom red, but there's not enough. Crosshairs looking onto it. That being said, North just find Freck and there's 50 HP finished off, but Cook will go down up the stairs and he'll make his way up to main. They have it. Team 86 finding the advantage once again. Now onto this execute.
Massive flag from the Jaeger. We already have the attack now on site.
What?
What? 2v1, what just happened? I mean, the Jaeger's still left to try and clutch this through, but I mean, to control the attack half here, he's going to have to go for some really strong retake. The plant is going down. This actually could be a easy retake for the Jaeger here. He just manages to land one more shot on this Dokkaebi. Should be. It's still very winnable for both teams here.
Yes, I mean, Cook is a very low HP and PRX will able to utilize that with the DMR, but again, North is one bullet from the carbine, but again, time ticking, it's just not looking good for the Jaeger here. And I mean, you've got the crossfire, North and PVRX, they've been in this situation one too many times.
Oh.
Just managed to find the kill, but I mean, he's going to have to fuse in the next 4 seconds, but I don't think PVRX for that to happen, since he's got a rush and then there's no time. He'll clean up the kill with the DMR, and the first round goes to Vega Esports, even though Team 86 had the advantage. I mean, I have no clue what happened. Mira was in another dimension. I don't know what the smoke was doing. He was on his cameras looking at the floor. Bish bash bosh. They walked inside. I don't know what happened.
When that flank came through and the attackers had no awareness of that Jaeger being there whatsoever, I thought, that's 86. They got this. This is some easy kills. I mean, everyone's kind of lined up in that hallway. He's able to get that one pick, fell off, which could be quite of a smart play there. You don't really know what's going to happen in those kind of situations. But yeah, just right at the end, I'm not really sure what happened. I mean, defense still has so much site control, and they just completely let them walk in, get those picks, and got so much, like, were able to get that plant down, even at the man advantage that they had. That was, I'm not really sure what happened at the end of the game. I had so much faith, honestly, for both of those teams there. I mean, we're going to see a second attempt from the side of the defensive on this. Hopefully now, if they keep their head in the game a little bit longer, they'll be able to pull a stronger defense from the side of the attacks. I mean, the attack got us very, very simple, but the identical lineup. Ooh, actually, as I say that, they have a blitz. They have a blitz. I love that. Oh, I don't like this. I mean, we have got now the switch, the Ayana onto the Finker, the Ying, the blitz, the Lion. Oh, we are going to see a rush. If this is not a rush, I will bite my toes.
I mean, this is what Vega do. I mean, they're completely unpredictable and they don't know how, they don't want to let Team 86 know how they're going to attack. And obviously Vega went for a bit of a slower push, still bring their Dokkaebi in line once more, but again they bring the blitz and the Finker and the Ying to just add onto it. Forget the Gun 6, and I think PRV, I think I've seen him play Shields a couple of times. I mean, he's happy behind all the support, and he's already 3-0. He's clearly feeling himself, and I mean, this roam clear is just going to be too nice for Vega Esports. Could be a rush up, main says, but obviously Vega, they will take their time. They'll take the rush quite a bit slowly, just so they get a bit of the surroundings. They'll clear main stairs. Here they go in. Blitz will run upstairs. There'll be a actor kind of trying to shut it down, but no PRX. Was that a hit fire? I'm not too sure.
I think it was.
90 windows. Study door to Kana getting shut down. 4 versus 5, and it's already 2 minutes 10 left on the clock for Vega to work with. Again, you can't really edge now. Smokes will do something. But again, Takana close to the shotgun's a bit unpredictable. Will be shut down. Ying his own teammates at this point, but Takana close to the shotgun. Just even up the man count. 4 versus 4. Study push is still in control of Vega. Oh, Oxy just find Takana making it 4v3. Now advantage of Vega Esports on this execute, which seems to be such a quick time threat. Bit around the rosies. He does find YMK to make it a 3v3. Still stuck inside, but the blitz is through. No way, he doesn't find the Yana. He doesn't manage to clean up. North will clean that kill up. Right, we'll be flanking around.
Oh my
There's a
gosh.
cam there because the rush did not set any up cams, but they've got this B-side control. They've got AVA to work with. Let's say Cook stuck back in bar and rotate, flanking me out for effect. I think he's unaware of the voltage, but again, you've just got the blitz shield coming in. There's nothing he can do. It might as well be a 1v3 already as he shut down a threat on the double. 1v2. Very 1v3 winnable clutch now, but they know his position. Blitz is still on the board. No flashes less. They can be possible with a couple smokes. 1 versus 1. Right, he does have some defense to use. You run through the wall, but it won't be. Oxy D cleans that up on that last round, and I mean, Vega Esports. Blakesby, I know you love that one.
That was a wonderful round. I love my fast-paced rush rounds. I mean, it's the reason I cast some specific other teams as well. Like, that was good. I like that. I mean, the Blitz coming through, I was sat here enjoying the watch while she took over, to be honest. That was astronomical of a round. I mean, that first pick coming from the side of the attackers, and that Blitz going through, they were able to slow. It was a very slow, methodical rush, to be honest. It was still technically a rush. Second, they knew where that smoke was. They got the location of all the defenders, and there wasn't really much rotation going on with the defense. They kind of just sat there, accepted the fact that Vega were following into them. I mean, they're able to even it up a couple of times, but again, that smoke pick coming up first does stop so much of that movement denial from the side of the defenses, and it just kind of let the attackers just rush in, and they had nothing else to stop them other than maybe the Azami knives and stuff like that. It kind of was a free-for-all. The second that smoke was gone, they had full control over Study's side of the map, and it was just a killing spree at that point. But I regret to say 86 had the chance of winning this. You know, Vega are definitely showing up a lot more than I thought they would be able to. I mean, as it was mentioned, they are a very established roster compared to 86, who are an established team, but the roster has had some changes. So, I mean, you can definitely see the confidence between them. They're really, really working well together, and honestly, 2-0 up, it's fully deserved.
I mean, I've trusted Noctish with the stats side. I've betted on Team 86 to win. I've put all my Talent League crowns in for them to win, and they're only down 2-0, so hopefully they can pull back. In Team 86, they were told very strongly by Vega Esports, they're going to go heavy, shut down, and go trophy statue, just to switch things up in a very basic take. I mean, Max decided not to bring the shotgun, which, I mean, I do have my things about, but again, a very aggressive hold into Mars from Team 86. Can be very worried because Vega Esports, like you said, they're a roster. They all flash in together, and they've got a pair of nades with the 2 pairs of flashes to really work through this.
I love it. I'm pretty sad it's not a shotgun. I mean, she's out of the board already anyways. That is now a positive control, and they have, I'm pretty sure they have almost entirety of masters at this point. Obviously, this army is there, but the amount of util and the amount of intel they're able to provide for themselves, I feel, again, this is going to be a 3-0 for the side of Vega. That's such a defensive-sided map as well, in my opinion, but this is tight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with 1 minute 35 left and bodies are flying everywhere, we've seen lots of entries from Team 86 and Vega Esports, but just, you know, on a map like this, if you get the mana budget, you really, you know, seem to find that our team will really win it. Speaking of that, PRV will find, let's say, Kirk, and there you have it. 3-4. We talked about mana budget, but couldn't really do. Frost might find it back, but it'll be a double for PRV. And I mean, Actor, Freck, one's in both, and one's trying to find the kill. Freck knows what to do in this kind of situation. You will find one making it a 2v3. He has to regress to make it a 2v2. It's the peak. Drum will go up. They know his position. If he can win this gunfight, we talk about his handful skill. It's a bit of a ring around the roses there. 1 minute left now. PRV pushing out. He can go for 3 far, and he does, but he still gets shut down. Freck with the triple, looking to get the ace on the board. Actor has shotgun in hand, but he goes for the SMG 11, and Vega, they do not join the manning closet. A 1v1 now for Actor. And against Oxy D, a C4 still in the hand if they do go for the plant. Oxy D, no diffuser left. I don't know where the diffuser is actually. I don't believe Actor has that information, but 35 seconds left to work with. Go on the drone just to confirm that they have the position or to watch any rotates. Bit lucky, he manages to cross. No nades in hand yet, to his gun skill, but he hears the vault over Actor. Can you get worse timing? It's going to be a 3-0 lead now for Vega Esports, and I mean, Noctish, man, you're losing me, my Talent League crowd. What are these statistics?
Wow, this game was going so against my predictions here. I honestly thought that Vega would have a good chance of getting a good game, like maybe a close, like, you know, 7-5, kind of 7-6, or whatever it goes to, you know. Like, I thought it would be a close game, but my gosh, even just there, I mean, you saw them go for that heavy push onto Master Bedroom, and then the defensive, we did actually see them go for a bit of a rotation. They kind of funneled almost all of their focus onto that push, and then you saw that one player going and sneaking down the push around Study, getting those picks. Unfortunately, he was taken out, but not before taking some players down with him. Some massive brain play coming out from side of Vega, but I feel 86 are too tunnel vision at certain points, and it's really not looking good for them at the moment. They're going to have to change up their strategies a little bit to be able to handle the aggression that Vega is handing. I mean, the strategy yet again is looking very similar to what they had done before, and I think Vega are realising this. They are very standard very typical straps you do see on Villa quite frequently. And if Vega have been practicing as much as they say they have been, I'm sure they're more than expecting this kind of gameplay. And we've seen a bit more of like a vertical hold now. But with the operator picks that come out from the side of Vega, we've got the Lion, we've got the Ayana, so much intel provided from these two operators alone that I'm sure it'd be more than easy for them to clear out.
I mean, like you said, Vega, they know what they're going to do against a team like 86, and they know that even though they might lose gunfights from time to time, they work with the team. And even you see in that 1v1 Oxy D, he was getting calls, he got the drone out, and they just started, and he was ready to peek, ready to swing at the perfect time. And Vega Esports, if it worked last time, they'll do it again. It'll be the same master push them in flex me. Now you've got the shotgun that you were looking at. Now he pulls it. Hopefully he can find a kill. I mean, he's going to sit close to the window to evade that nade, which will eventually come through on the side of Oxy D with the flashes in hand of Pozo and both from Northern. How long do you have to wait for that man in the closet to be killed?
Hopefully. For the side, it's hopefully the whole round. I mean, if they are able to hold that closet position, it does give them that such of an advantage. But what we saw last round, they were a bit too, I don't know. I think they swung a bit too much, but they just kind of got to stay a little bit. Because right now, we definitely can see that Vega are a lot more confident in themselves and much more of a confident team. I mean, they are a player down, but even still, we have seen that have no effect on them previously. I mean, they've evened it out already. This is such a crazy game.
We spoke about him in Classic. We'll find a C4 and drop back safe and sound. I mean, speak of why Chem falling first, I mean, they're working around him. He's 0-4, but he's still in that entry position with Oxy D, but they're working around him as a team, finding the refrags they need. But these refrags have gone the way of Team 86 that lost the 3 was obviously. Speaking of him, and next to follow, let's say Cook with the Solus utility. We'll just see him on his drone through the floor, and it'll be an easy floor bang for him. Looking at Team 86 can make it 3-1 and find the momentum which they can bring back to hopefully even up this half on a 3-3 split.
There's round. 86 got around! I mean, that is wonderful, that is great. We love that. We love maybe winning our predictions here. But even still, I genuinely, even if Vega unfortunately did lose the first man, it's still could have gone either way. I'm not really sure what the weakness was there. I mean, they were able to hold a closet a lot longer than they did previously. Maybe sitting back a little more was a lot better for them. Or maybe it was just more of a heavy roam that 86 did have that maybe put a bit more pressure on Vega's attack strategies. But either way, that was a very good round for side 86. And they get to go back to Aviator games. And hopefully this time, they might actually have it in the bag. They got that one round, maybe playing a bit of fundamentals. They know what they're missing, right? By now, you'd think. I think this could be a comeback of a century. Or Vega just gonna do the same thing over again and absolutely demolish them.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're really switched of anything apart from Crack running a C4. A bit more of a, I like to call this a bit more of a comfort to continue. It's not really bringing a hard track. So like, I mean, they brought Mirror the first time, Mirror again, and there's a little bit on that whole is that like Twitch pick that Crack is bringing. Or is it just, they just want to, be a bit more simple. They trust themselves, they don't want to go over the top with it. Team 86, a team like that, they can trust themselves to win the gunfights. They can't trust always in their strats and what is going to be around them in their atmosphere. So Team 86 going for the comfort picks, as I said once more, and that being said, perhaps finds, let's say, Cook. So let's should have spawn peaks.
Yeah, that is just karma at that point. Spawn peeking at this level of gameplay typically only goes one way. I mean, I've seen a couple of kills. I mean, recently on my Clubhouse game, I did see a spawn kill actually walking out for them, but yeah, that is unfortunate. I don't want to say anything just yet because I don't know what's going on. That was clean. That was a clean kill. I mean, yeah, we're in the 4v3 situation right now for the side of Vega. They have got that man advantage. And I do believe now they have got... Oh, never mind! I was about to say they have that horizontal control, but as I say that, Melissa swipes the head. Whew.
Yeah, it was a crucial shot from Takana, but I don't think it'll stop Vega just yet. They've got a lot of time to work with, and they've cleared out most of that trophy side. They've got 2 members they're going to double up with, and Rax won't be ready for Mats, and neither will Pozo. 1v3 in Vega, they had some chances, but again, Team 86, like you said, comeback is always possible. This Villa, 3-3 split, you know, like you said in the chat, I mean, very balanced map, and hasn't really changed since it originally first came out. They're the same things, and I think both of these teams here, enough using this 1v3 as well, a bit of time to work with. I don't think Team 86 will throw this. Surely they can't.
Surely. I mean, I don't know, man. They're throwing impacts and shooting everywhere. I mean, if North right now has a headset, I'm sure he's aware of all the positionings of these defenders. It could very, very well still go in favour if he plays this carefully. He's on full health. He has 2 flashbangs. I don't believe he has any of his drones left, but obviously his gadget is technically a drone too, if used correctly. But probably not efficient, and never mind. That was 86. Cleaning that round up as well. I think they've got it.
I'm loving this so far. I mean, Mats is, you know, obviously he'll feel that he'll feel that carbine with the holoscope, which I do love. I don't like see these like Tesla Cybertruck kind of scopes which being added to like everyone's guns. I don't know if you've seen that, but actually there's like it's like a line you can use. It's like a line of a sight. It's literally a line with a dot in the middle of it. It's just I want to throw up. Oh. But Team 86 they'll find their tertiary site, dining room, kitchen, trying to win 3 in a row. But again, Vega. Tertiary sites is it's their dream. They're gonna be looking to win this. They will bring Tikane. See, I'm a bit confused. Tikane and I mean Tikane just decided to bring the Kaid, but again we've seen lots of Twitch picks. I guess we've seen the IQ again. We just go Twitch, we've seen now from IQ. They'll be leading the opposition here. They've kind of just gone for the same thing, same comfort picks. The Vega, they're working around what they know teammates have done. They're adapting to the situation instead of just adapting to what they've prepared for. But obviously, Team 86 said that they did win a round. Obviously, on this, one of the weaker sites, this library and living room, it will be a close one if Team 86 don't find an entry pick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you said, it does feel a lot like 86 are just going with what they practice here. They're not really changing much up. I mean, they have a slight variation, which did win them the round for a trophy. I mean, they swapped from being a complete horizontal strat to a bit of a vertical, and that did win it for them. They are slowly playing a lot more into Vega's attack strategies, but it does seem that Vega are adapting a lot quicker than 86 are even able to fathom.
YMK, I mean, he's just trying to find a rough time so far. Already the first entry going in the way of teammate 6. YMK, he's getting shot by his teammate. He's really not having a good time here on Villa. Clearly not one of the strongest maps because we've seen him do a lot more with the G6 3C and also with the R4C playing first and second entry with Oxy, like I said once before. But again, this, when I said the first bit coming out on the tertiary site, it can really change the entire outcome. On tertiary sites, there's more for the defense to worry about, but when the man advantage goes the way of them, it kind of switches around, so this will get the corner. It's stuck in the corner. I don't think YMK actually knows this though. No, he's completely clueless of this. I don't think we even pre-fire the close corner. But again, teammate 6, they're on a standoff. They've got the man advantage they need in Vega. They're going to need to make the first action.
Ooh, that was a clean, crisp kill coming from that Legion. Oh, it was Legion. My bad, I'm completely blind today, but yeah, 4v3. I said 86, they're definitely stepping themselves up. What is going on, Vega? You guys are playing so strongly that first 3 rounds, and it seems that maybe they've got a bit too confident in themselves. It's not working as well as it was before. I mean, yeah, it's a 1v4 situation. You can get the kills now, but I do feel like it's going to be a 3-3 split.
He's outside on
yeah, they're running at him.
They're bringing the heat. I mean, I think that Poser will find at least 1 kill here. I mean, Frex in a very readable position here. Just jumped out of that window, but again, teammates I don't think they'll throw this.
Just nice to barricade it back up as well.
He'll run away.
If it works. I think this, at this point, it probably could be a bit more beneficial for 86, to Vega just to sit back maybe and start discussing what they could do potentially on the second half, because I feel like this is majority an unwinnable situation unless a miracle happens. I've seen it before. I've seen comebacks like this happen many times.
And I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the fuse in hand. There's a C4 on the door. Threat will go for the peak first. And he
Ooh.
will get the kill. 1v2, 10 seconds left. So 1v1, but there just isn't enough time. It's too impossible to kind of finish up that round. And Team 86 making that 3-3 split now possible. Even from primary to tertiary side, they make it down the attack on a 3-3 half.
Yeah, I mean 3-3 is a wonderful score for Villa, to be honest. Like, it is, in my opinion at least, a very, very defender-sided map. Like, if you play defense correctly, it's so strong for a defender. I mean, as we've seen, it is also very, very viable for the attacking teams. I mean, we saw how well that Vega were able to hold up against strategies that 86 were doing. But that was because, I mean, Villa is a very, like, everyone's played Villa in competitive. It is something you do play quite frequently. Maybe not as much as Oregon, maybe not as much as Clubhouse, but the strategies you do see on Villa are pretty script set in stone. There's not really too much variation. You don't even see people go library or anything anymore. So it is pretty predictable, which makes it a lot easier for the attackers. So if 86, I mean, if Vega do have these kind of set in stone strategies as well, I'm sure 86 will be more than capable of battling up against it. Although, it is looking at a bit of an interesting strategy. They have the vertical and the horizontal being held by people. It's a very heavy roam by the looks of it. Is there anyone in sight?
No, I think Vega, when I've seen them, because they've obviously been along in a roster for an extremely long amount of time, and they just, I wouldn't say over the top, they just really abuse the util which they have, the util which they can bring. They'll sit one or two people near site, and the rest, they'll just be around it. They'll try and get as much map control as they possibly can, especially on a map like Villa, because if that gets used by the attacking side, it's just too difficult, especially with vertical beneath. They can nade or pinch them. It'll be a bit too rough, especially with the Barna being brought to the board, possibly looking to breach into Volta later in the round with this north side pushing into Marshall and Bath. They dash through 1K. He's 1-6, but he will be probably the first to take some action from the side as he sits in Astronomy. But again, 2 minutes 10 to work with Team 86 finally trying to push in. OxyD will find Freck, and there's your main man down. Freck falls off the board, first to go.
Yeah, that is a great first pick from the side of Vega. I mean, Ion such a strong operator, strong gun, strong gadget, strong utility, and also just a strong player in general, honestly. Taking that off the board will make it a lot easier for Vega to be able to hold onto this defensive site. And we just see them falling back a bit too. Okay, cool, I like that. They're not going to just play too aggressive and just stay. I do see that way too often where teams just get too cocky for themselves and just completely ignore the fact that site actually still exists. I mean, yeah, we do see 86 as well going for a bit of a different strategy here. Completely abandon that master side take. Oh, yeah, that's disgusting. I love it. Oh! Yeah, that's nasty. That's just nasty. Yeah, that was no need.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, I love running a shotgun in my ranked games, and I mean, obviously, Cracks, he knows to do it best. He's on 10-4. I mean, I'm not like Villa. This is his breeding grounds. I like to say, and he's got the fuser there. He won't be able to move. He got that thorn charge down on those mainstairs as well. That would be nest on the Death Note wish on the side of Prax, and get that 8-eye hand, mate. You've got Prax on your stairs, triple kill for him, and now it's a 1v5. Fought the Dockery Let's Hate Cook. He's got util, but he's got a DMR as well. Obviously, it's Siege, nothing is losable, but one hit, he won't lose that gunfight, even with the rough start he's had. He will clean up that first defensive round on the side of Vega Esports, and they'll head to Statue Trophy. If they don't decide, yeah, they will head to Trophy Statue. Cool.
I mean, that round alone just is a perfect example of how well that Vega are able to just adapt to what's going on so quickly as well. They were not they did not hold the horizontals for a second longer than they needed to. They got that pick. They noticed that, okay, there's nobody else here. Completely rotated back round. We're able to get that control again from Sunny side and just wipe out the attacking team. They can. I mean, it was a very smart play for maybe to try and go for a bit of a rotate, maybe change it up a bit, maybe better odds somewhere else, but against Vega, I suppose not. Yeah, it's so nice to see an actual well-functional, organised team, like both of them. It's such a close game that even still, I feel like 86 have a chance to win this, but Vega are showing me up right now. I had expectations of Vega, but not this much. I feel kind of bad for it at this point.
Yeah, but Team 86, we do have some potential there. Vega is going for the classic castle strat, which we like to see. You know, you just get this one control, because like I said last time, they're trying to abuse as much defense as they bring, and they can bring, so they'll spread all the way from that top main side to the master, all the way across the map. And there you go. You know, and Alpha just finish up his setup in place proximities. Now, but these observation blocks are actually being used. I've seen some close uses of it, but not really too much special. I think Ubisoft just added it for the bit of a jokes, just so they seem like they did something. But obviously, this is gonna be on the side of Oxy. As he did bring, though, not the bulletproof. We'll try and go for the nade kill, but there's nothing there. There's nothing to nade. He will get their drone in. I to just get a bullet from somewhere, but again, Big Esports, they've got so much map control, and they will adapt. They'll rearrange their crosshairs, their sights, just like they did last time. And we'll see what Team 86 decides to do about it.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Even though we have players on the opposite sides of the map and the different floors, even, they're still so close proximity to each other. They can just play off of each other so well. I mean, if Vega was to take it out there, it would be so easy for the person at Astros just to, like, you know, kind of rotate quick, get that pick, or just. It's such a.
Not happy.
Yeah. I mean, that was a disgusting kill.
And just like, I mean, it's obviously using ball floor. I mean, Fred just wouldn't expect that in a game like this.
That is some good control though from the attack. I mean, clearing the guy in closet does give them so much more potential on this attack. But I mean, I still don't know. There's nothing I can say here because it's a 4v4. Got a minute 15 on the ball. The shots are being fired through. Utils being destroyed. Control's being taken. But even still, it's so close of a game. I mean, as I say that is Vega being completely wiped out by Team 86.
Yeah, but I mean, now 2 vs 4. Both will make it to the 1 versus these. You just get refragged off the ball. Just find top of the round. He's got a 1v1 now in the hands, but Matty will get picked up. I don't think there's any intel, but he is down the diffuser. You see that left side screen just on that door, and obviously you just have eyes on it. And he won't take his eyes away from it. I think actually might grab it, and then it'll be a bit of a quick sneak. Like Oxy D watching his head heights and a lot to worry about. Flash will go out just to try and confront the diffuser, but Oxy D will try and read that they're going to go to this trophy sign and switch around the site, but he knows there's a guy mastering to just get the bullets off, and able to go out on the side of Actor, but again, it's a 1v2, and Oxy D is too low to tank 1 bullet. Actor will finish up that round, not with the 1.5 of the hollow, which I do like to see. But they have Team 86, they find that round. Mortish could start to be right. Villa's best map is, or Team 86's best map is Villa, so.
I mean, it definitely is starting to look a lot more like it now. I mean, that start was so favourable for Vega. They were able to get that kill on the Ayala so early on. They kept that control until the very last minute of the round. Even that Jaeger getting a double kill in that such close quarters. I mean, I'm sure if that pickup didn't happen, that would be a complete win for Vega just there. It is so well played by 86. I mean, it's just so tense. I'm on the edge of my seat this whole game. I'm also noticing a lot of use of Castle. I mean, personally, as an individual player, I'm not too fond of the Castle pick, but I'm sure it's just like the meta that it is now, Castle is going to be a bit more beneficial since a lot of teams are becoming a lot more fast-paced and the swinging, peeking, everything. And even though Sledge has been in play a lot, we've got the Zoff in play and the Ash as well. It will be very easy to destroy these Castle barricades. It will also provide Vega with intel as to where these attackers are pushing from. And even though for now they block the lines of sight inside of Vega, you know, it does also provide a lot of like intel for them when the barricades are destroyed. So I am a bit iffy about Castle, but
I think Castle just does Ubisoft's job for them, because obviously you saw that crunch that they wanted Ubisoft them to like cut off all the possible angles and obviously Pozo. Even if cut off the possible angles which Team 86 could be on, if they do want to try and go through that, you will get that attention brought to when that Castle is broken. Obviously on a map like Villa, I mean, Castle, I won't really say it too many anywhere else, but I mean, look at Team 86. That Castle will slow it down, and they have it. These are the Castles. Team 86, they try to be aggressive, but the Castle will bring attention towards it. Percy still got one in the pocket. Don't know where to put that one, but again, Team 86 forced right back out the map and ready to redo their take.
Yeah, I mean, the Castle barricades, as you said, are beneficial for Team Vega here. I mean, I don't even know. They have I'm a complete loss of words, to be honest with you. I'm just waiting to see what's happening. 86 go for a bit of a change in their strategy, but it looks like they were looking to funnel through pantry, but it seems at the start, but they have completely rotated off. What have they? Do you have any words for what's going on right now? Because I'm waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, on my blood villa, there's just going to be one kind of play coming out from Team 86 on this attacking side, but Vega Esports, we've already got crosses on the board. There'll be Frack and YMK. There will be multiple, and then Man Advantage going to play. Frack's just gone away, and you want to keep that smoke alive. Smoke canisters he has in the pocket, but let's take it. Will find North from the outside of the map, pushing up that storage site. Not he's still top floor. That being said, Prax just find Let's Take Hook, so the trade back will be fought out, but again, Memorial Poser's got this written down as a castle goes right to Carter. Will find Prax, so the smoke grenades will be off the board. The Gemini going to side, Poser's ready for it. We will find the ace. That is confused. It's a storage. Could be possible if they get this kill. Poser's on wherever the man, pushing straight into China, and Freck will make it a 1v4. Oxy D's been castled off our site. I mean, just look at this Blixbeard. It's going to be a bit rough for him.
Yeah. 86, that was a very, very well played for 86 there. I mean, we saw a bit what we weren't seeing previously as they adapted. They actually realised, okay, this original strategy isn't going to work for us. Even though they were able to get some breaches open, they got some castles open, they used utility, but they still decided to go for a bit more of a rotate instead, try to go for a different sort of approach, which is first. It was very well played for 86. And Vega kind of screwed themselves up the castle barricades there at the end. As I said, I am an avid castle hater, so I'm a bit biased on that. Moving forward, we are now on a very strong side compared to Pitcher, back to Aviator Games, which I do believe Vega won that first time round. They have, if I remember correctly, I mean, they were able to rotate off of all their roams very quickly. Despite leaving site almost completely empty, they were still able to win the round with so much ease. It'd be nice to see if they could do it again. But
I'm not talking the edge. Recently realized. But again, I mean, Team 86, they've come back so far, coming from a 3-0 round down. And I mean, you know, 5-4, their first match point into Vega Esports. Vega, they were just kind of pressure from United there. I mean, you know, you talk about people being offside. There's 4 people on this north side. I don't know if they're just sending. Hopefully they'll find their way back to site. But I mean, OxyD is going to try and find the pick, because this pick has really been going the way of Team 86 and it has been hurting Vega Esports a lot.
I mean, the strategy for the side of Vega is looking very, very similar to their first Aviator Games defense. Sorry. It should make it quite easy for 86 if they're able to kind of piece together. Okay, this is what happened last time. Expect something similar, not exactly similar, to happen again. It should be pretty simple for them, but I wonder if they were aware of the fact that site is very open right now.
I'm actually like on a different planet right now. But again, like you said, I mean, I've been realised that there's not too many players left, but OxyD tried to go for the entry pick, but he fails, and it'll be Freck once more in his entry. I like to see his stats actually, not just from 5 people on the analyst side of things, but Vega Esports 3-5 now. It's not looking good for them. We talked about the strats and how much map control they can really bring, but are they stretching it a bit too far, which they don't feel comfortable with? I mean, while I said that, Prax, and we talked about his triple kill on main stairs, but he does manage to find him a run out, but now 3v4 to work with. Matt's low HP. Vega Esports, are they ready for this one?
I mean, honestly, I think the presence that Prax had in the previous round here definitely has impacted them a little bit. He was playing almost in an identical position there. They tried to clear him out. Prax, with that gun skill he has, was able to take him out. He's now rotated completely off and just has so much agility, but still, I don't think they even know where he's playing right now, but with such an aggressive playstyle, I'm sure whatever they do decide to push from, he has completely covered. I mean, he knows where this Ash is going to be playing. Just patience is what's needed here. Or not.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, Prax. I mean, these players know how to play when they're a man down. They need to find the pick and try to isolate Max is a good idea because he's low HP. And I spoke about this before. I mean, bring me a bonnet is the point to try and get that bot more open when you go for this study side. Sorry, master side north take. There is still study presence to stop the headlights and stop the util, which Max will do quite well. This window is open. He could find North on
Ooh.
lane, and Brack will be found, and now it's a 1v4, North left alive, once more for one will add up onto him. SMG 11 will go, SMG 12 will go in. There'll be a double kill from Log, but nothing more than that. Tikana will finish that round off, not letting the 1v4 happen just yet, and now it's match point for Team 86. Vega, 2 rounds to get to overtime. We've seen overtime twice yesterday, can it be brought again?
Well, I mean, yeah, Vega definitely having a bit of change of tune going on. 86 maybe just being a bit more adjusted to the way that Vega are playing. I mean, just there, we did see that 86 they had clocked onto the fact that the strategy was almost identical to what they had seen previously. They knew where the Thor was playing, and they knew where the other players were positioned. They were unfortunately not able to take that Thor out originally, and they did lose some players to it, but they were able to clear out some of the heavy run that was going on and take that control that they needed, but almost very quickly. The second they had that intel as well, these defensive players were, it was a complete wipeout for them. And it left, it left Nulf, in a 1v4 situation, which could have been winnable. Very, very nice shot to got the KD up at the very least, but I mean, unfortunately, it did not pull through. No frag reel for him.
Just so being behind the wall. So the shop is, but speaking of you playing zone, there's been YMK rough time indeed. I mean, we have seen him on the edge, he's running Ash, but he just hasn't been able to find the kicks which he's wished. And this is the first time we're going to see line being fought by Mats now on this attack side of Team 86. Maybe they're copying Vega Esports. If it worked for them, it'll work for us, but it'll be the same exact strat for Vega Esports, but they'll decide to play a bit different. We don't see Oxy D peeking those aggressive angles which he did. I'll play a bit more safe just behind the piece of there's observational blockers, which again, they're in something good for the side of Vega Esports.
I quite like these observation blockers, though. I haven't actually seen them in play yet. I saw the patch notes about it. I thought, this isn't going to work, surely, right? But I actually am seeing some very good use coming from it. I mean, they're blocking up these head holes and stuff like that, so that the Gemini's not able to see through it, the drones aren't using, because there's a heavy intel coming from 86, so cutting that off is so beneficial for Vega here. But even still, the rounds are coming so close. It is scary. I mean, the first pick does come out for the side of Vega. I mean, it has been very frequent that the first pick has been winning the rounds. This is typically what you'd like to see, and they have been running off of it. So no refrag coming through. Hopefully Vega able to put it a little closer, maybe some overtime. I actually would like to see overtime for once, because I mean, it's just exciting.
Yeah, I can see it definitely on the edge of your seat, but I mean, Vega Esports, they've kind of just completely given the time and space Team 86 need, but again, Team 86, they don't really work well when they have too much space. They really like taking these gunfights, and they like winning them, because mechanically, statistically, they do win the gunfight. So again, Vega Esports, again, and they're adapting to the situation, and I'm just like, Rexy, OCD, he doesn't want to take the gunfight. He'll know he'll probably lose it with 2 members, one pushing 90, one in the window. And he's just, Caster's curse. Caster's curse. He swings and he dies. That being said, YMK does find his 3rd kill, trying to pull back into this game. It's never too late, but Freck, I believe he's actually inside, and Nolf is not aware of this. Crossfire will be called out. Freck is not aware of the person close, but YMK, he'll find his 4th. Now 2 versus 3. Matson, Let's Hit Cook left to right. Study still in the hands of Vega Esports here, but the Izami charge is just slow. Push into Matt, still just straight back. Flash in hand. 2 EMPs, which we haven't seen Let's Hit Cook use in the entire game. So rush around, there'll be a shotgun close to the Izami shot. I don't think Matt's is even aware, but he is. He's completely flashed. 35 seconds left. There will be no man study because that was practically there. YMK is now taking some gunfights on the Let's Hit Cook. There's too many angles. Worry about 30 seconds left. Now a diffuser in the hands off to Matt. Doubling up Wolf, but it'll be YMK on the triple for the round. Let's Hit Cook with the pre-flight. This time one, this game on the line. Pozo has to win his 1v1. Team 86 winning him too many times, swinging around the corner. Let's Hit Cook, he's 1 HP. All you need to do, Pozo, is get an impact on him, maybe even a Pokeball, but the wall bangs couldn't find Pozo's death. They're both 1 bullet. The DMR will do enough to clean up Pozo, but he has to plant. There's not enough seconds left. Pozo's playing this perfectly. He's not going to give them enough time and any of the shots to be fired out, and he'll be forced to plant the bomb. And Pozo, if he gets around in time, please say he does for the sake of him. And he does. Vega Esports heading one step closer. This overtime.
He got off. I get it, right? I get it. He was going to get killed. But he got off. I have a bit of a iffy one now. You might as well risk it, right? I'm sure he was probably like a second away from planting there. At least get the plant points over the KD.
Oh, the KD savers.
the KD, is it? Yeah.
Get lost.
Going for the stats. I might as well. I mean, it's 6-5. They have one more round to win, or one more round to throw to get this win, or to get the overtime. It's way too close. I was expecting a close game, but at the same time, I kind of wasn't. Oh, this is.
Surely, you're really having that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm loving this on this Villa map, and I mean, literally last time we saw Roxy D in this 1v3 scenario, I mean, could this happen again if Vega Esports decides to keep repeating anybody's way?
I mean, hopefully now they'll be a bit more aware of the Vega goal, this kind of flank row situation. As last time they completely ignored the fact that he was in kitchen. They had a bit of a drone clear, but I don't think it was thorough enough, as we did just see him sitting in pantry for majority of the time, and they didn't even attempt to try and clear it. Hopefully now we'll either see Ye going forward for a bit of a different position, or maybe see her cleared out. I mean, it does. I would expect it to not go for the same play again, because that was like a one-off. That was a one-off, surely.
I mean, just like last round, he's either the last one alive or he's the first one to die inside of Esports. It's just, I've never seen someone so consistent and so inconsistent at the same time. Consistent at being inconsistent. But I mean, when he is alive, he can really hurt Team 86. But for Team 86, I mean, Frank, he's growing in my rankings on a daily basis. I mean, he's definitely going to be bringing Vega's time if he does find the entries, which he has been doing. And then for us, YouTube trying to make sure no one's behind that desk. The Esports, all you gotta do is hold your angles, practice them. It's progressive. We've seen you find double, triple kills on round before. You're on 14 kills, man. Just play it safe. You know what we gotta do. This is all for overtime. Don't let Team 86 come back.
I mean, already a minute into the round, and still all 5 players left. So much utility being launched out. I mean, some shots being fired, couple of them landing. Both teams are playing very carefully, yet so aggressively at the exact same time. Clear this guy out in closet, and 86 have a massive advantage here. And yeah, as said, oh, never mind, they completely forgot about every other player, it seems.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, the nade didn't clear up cracks, the gun did. So again, I mean, Vega Esports, bit of an advantage here. Team 86 haven't really found their way into Master. You've still got usually stuff, which Team 86 have failed to deal with, because if you look on the left side screen, they've got Harley and Utah left. They've got 1H charge, which the other two didn't even go to use. Team 86 fighting first now on this 4v4, but Poser will go to the flank. The drone will catch him off guard, and all the Pixel will find Poser's dead for 2v4 now. Obviously, he's stuck on break, stuck in the corner. He sees the person proning, but the Azami going in the way of Team 86. It's a 1v3. Vex already calling GG. He knows that his team will not throw this round, but again, YMK not the strongest of games. The man on the rappel, he's just going to walk straight past it. The guy on the rotate will finish it off. Team 86, there's my crowns, there's my gamble. Not Tish, I mean, he was right. Villa is Team 86 best map. Vega being the more consistent roster throughout. They've been together for too long, but Team 86, they pulled back from this one alone. I mean, Blixby, I mean, that was an amazing game. Team 86 winning that by the thinnest of shreds.
Vega, despite the last year, showed just how strong of a roster they have. I mean, that was an amazing game for both teams there, but specifically for Vega, I am going to give them that props because they played so incredibly well. 86 just played that little bit better. Unfortunately for Vega, 86 do get that win. I mean, such a great game.
And I mean, we saw so many close rounds and just so many triple double kills which won the rounds. But I mean, speaking of those rounds, we'll head to the desk where Poobot, Noctish, and Aura will go round by round, deep in-depth analysis. Thank you very much.
Good, I'm muted.
Wow, what a game.
Sorry for that.
Yeah.
It was a good match. It looked to be going a bit bad for 86 to start it off. But, you know, they claw that back. And, well,
do
they
you
were
guys
met with
have
a
my
haymaker
voice
punch
by
early
any
on. Noctish,
chance?
take us through that round 2 rush.
Okay, So about round two specifically, it was at first, I should say, Squishy, believe in me. When I say it starts, it's going to happen. So yeah, we see Team 86 winning the game, but round two, what a rush, and what a methodical rush, I want to point out. The lineup of Team 86 was Blitz, Lion, Finker, Dukabi, and Ying. So when you see these operators on the roster, you will expect a full rush, strong one, into the point. And the way Team Vega executed this rush was perfectly on time and synced into each other. The rush was happening from the main lobby towards main stairs, and they cleared the player on top, and they're rushing study into the site and getting the kills. So I want to point out to our viewers that people you should expect uh, the defender team might read your mind and play the operators that counter such a rush, like a Melusi, like an Ella, like a Legion Tapkin. So a perfect droning is an essential key factor to be succeeded in such rush, which we see from Team 86. Team Vega, sorry.
But that early aggression we were talking about, Aria, you were saying that kind of ended up sort of stabbing Vega in the back as the match went on. So just tell me a bit about how Team 86 really responded to that playstyle as the map went on.
Yeah, Team 86, they adapted quite quickly. We saw round 1 and 2, they brought out the quite, high aggression operators. Vega were, entering the site very quickly, getting in those opener frags where they needed to be. Round 3, they kind of swapped it to more, strategical operators. We saw the Flores being brought out sometimes. We saw Twitch. We saw operators that were kind of more strategy based and bringing obviously the Lion, the Dokkaebi, just going for frags. And kind of from round 4 onwards, it looked like 86 had kind of adapted to more of the strategical play that decided Vega was bringing. And ultimately, that did shoot Vega in the back. But we've got to give props to Vega for the first 3 rounds. They played them absolutely stupendly. It was absolute great rounds, and you can't fault them. Especially bringing 86 to their best map. It's a tough game to play, but being able to take 3 rounds quite comfortably, because let's be honest, they were comfortable rounds that they did take.
I mean, it was a phenomenal start, and even myself, as a Team 86 believer, I was sold that Vega was surely going to win that. But their problems really started throughout that second quarter of the map, and going just before the half swap, round 6, Noctis, you were saying you were really impressed with the 86 positioning going into it.
Yeah, so I want to introduce a term that I used back in the day analyzing teams. Maybe Blix are a little bit familiar with it. I use the terms of mentality, but it doesn't mean the mentality of each player or the team psychologically. When you are playing a game, you need to have a clear mentality towards the whole game and towards each round, which means what do you want to do? Do you want to play aggressive or you want to play passive? If you're a defender, do you want to play the post plant situation or plant denial, or you want to play the early aggression denying entries? So in this case, Team 86 realized Team Vega are very comfortable getting into the map, droning, finding the way to the side, having the crossfire, and eventually execute the kills or go for the plant. So they decided to go for early aggression, playing in entry points and getting the early kills. So Team Vega need to back off, restructure themselves, and then try to attack, which cost Team Vega in most of the situation around.
Yeah, it was a very good response from 86. So really just a commendable match from both sides. Vega definitely really building on their strength previously. And Aria, you were talking about that creativity beforehand, and you were saying that you really just felt even more confident in that creativity since their last match. Going into the.
Oh, 100%. When I was speaking to the member of Vega, he kind of pointed out to me that, creativity is where they struggle. They can make one play and it'll work, and then it'll be adapted and kind of then ruined. But we saw, as I mentioned previously, round 1 and 2 they brought out the aggression more, was just kind of frag heavy. Round 3 they brought in the more strategical elements, and that still did work.